welcome back to my channel. For those of you that are new, my name is Tiara, and in today's video I'm going to be recreating this beautiful emerald green eye that I saw on Makeup by Spencer's YouTube channel and his Instagram. If you guys know me personally or you've seen in my previous videos, I don't really switch it up when it comes to eyeshadow, and my mom keeps telling me, Tiara, you need to do different looks, and it's just a little bit out of my comfort zone. So I thought today's video would be perfect to try something different. I'm really scared because I don't really wear a lot of eye makeup like what I'm about to do. I saw this look and I was drawn to it, and I never tried different things. So I was like, okay, Tiara, let's try something different today and we'll see if I like it and we'll see if it actually looks good. I'm gonna try to recreate this look as best as I can. I do have some of the products that he uses in his video, but I'm gonna try to like spin it up, make it my own as well. If you guys want to see me recreate this beautiful, elegant green eye look, then please keep watching. First and foremost, we know that we can never start this with my hair in my face. I wish there was a cuter way to do this, but there's not, so this is what we're looking like. Also, please forgive me and my ratchet nail. I need to go get a fill, but I have not had the chance to yet, so that is why. I went ahead and moisturized my skin already, so hopefully it's nice and hydrated and all that good stuff. So it looks like the first product that he actually goes in with is the Laura Mercier Glow Mask, and I don't have that product, so I'm just gonna go in with a glowy primer that's gonna give my skin a glow. So instead of going in with what he has, I'm just gonna go in with the L'Oreal True Match Lumi Glotion. Just a beautiful like glowy lotion primer type thing. It doesn't fill in any pores though, and it also doesn't like really moisturize the skin. It just gives you a really nice glow. So I'm gonna go in with this. It looks like he just put it on the back of his hand. I'm gonna just use that much for right now. And he put it on the back of his hand and he actually applied it with the sponge. So I'm gonna try that as well. Hopefully this is going to give me the same effect that she had, because her skin looked super glowy and radiant when he did this to her face. Does that look, I mean, I can't really tell. Maybe I need to use like a lot or something. I don't know. We'll see. I don't really see much of a glow, but we're just gonna go with it. His lighting was probably better, so you can like see the glow more, but it's okay. I'm just gonna go all over my face like he did. I also noticed that he put some on the neck and also the shoulders and stuff, just to give her a really nice glow to the skin. Ooh, that's pretty. Looks really pretty. Yes, ma'am. Just makes my body look so luscious. Okay. The foundation that he used in the video is the Giorgio Armani Luminous Silk Foundation, and I have mine in the shade number 6, and it looks like he went a little darker on his model, and it looks like he used a lot of it. And this foundation, I don't want to use as much foundation as he used, so I'm gonna go ahead and mix this Dream Urban Cover by Maybelline. I feel like these are very similar, honestly. They have a beautiful skin-like glowy finish to them. This one's just darker, so I'm gonna go in with a little bit of a darker foundation just because that's what he did, and the makeup look just came out looking really nice. Even though at first I was like, ooh, that's dark, it came out really beautifully. So I'm gonna mix these two and I'm gonna apply these with the Beauty Blender on my skin the same way that he did. And one thing that I noticed is that when he did her makeup, it looked very like wet. Like, I don't know if that's the best way to explain it, but it just looked so dewy and glowy. And so I'm trying to make sure that I achieve that same luminosity with the like how I'm applying it. So alright, so now that our foundation's on, he goes in with the Makeup Forever foundation stick to contour. I don't have that, so I'm just going to use a cream product, and I'm going to go in with the Graftobian. This is the Graftobian Glamour Cream Palette, and I'm going to go in with this shade. He just kind of contoured kind of like in the areas that you normally would, so like in the forehead area. I'm not gonna like blend it out a whole lot yet because he actually goes in with the Beauty Blender, the same one that he used to apply the foundation. He goes in with that Beauty Blender to blend all of this out. And he used not like a fluffy brush, like, but kind of something similar to what I'm using. Like, it's not too dense, but it's not too fluffy either. And then he also went a little bit under the jaw. Look at that. Look at that jaw. And then he also goes onto the collarbone a little bit too. And then he goes in with the same sponge that he used for foundation and just gently like blends everything out. Like he doesn't make it to where you can't really see the contour anymore, but he does blend it in a way that just makes everything look super seamless and not just like we just put, you know, random contour on the skin. So for concealer, he went in with the Kevyn Aucoin Sensual Skin Enhancer, and I have mine in the shade SX06. This is a very, very thick, full coverage product, so a little bit goes a long way. It looks like he went in though. He went ham on this product. He also used a really bright concealer to really brighten the center of the face. So I'm actually gonna mix this with a brighter concealer that I have, because this one I have is a little bit darker than the one he used on his model, even though she had a little bit more of a tan than I do. So I am gonna mix this with a lighter concealer. I'm gonna take my L'Oreal Infallible Cashmere concealer, and I think that this is going to be lighter, so I think I'll be able to mix that and make that look really pretty. So I'm going to start off with a little bit, and he goes directly underneath the eyes, kind of bringing it down a little bit, but he just puts this under the eyes, and then with the beauty blender he'll distribute it to the rest of the face. You'll kind of see. I'm going to do it like he did it. So then I'm gonna go in with a brighter one, and I hope that this comes out looking good. Woo! Yeah, that's brighter. Just go right over top of it to mix it. Then with the beauty blender, he goes in and like slightly blends this out. He doesn't blend it like super hard though. That Kevyn Aucoin concealer is it's actually quite expensive. It's like $46 for that concealer, but I've had the concealer for a long time now, and honestly, it's so full coverage and thick that I don't really use that a whole lot unless for like special occasions and stuff, and like if I really want to go like super glam or something. At this point, it's not like super blended out, but I am going to take the other sponge really quick and soften those edges so that it's not really that harsh. So then he takes the rest of whatever's on the sponge and he goes on the chin a little bit down the nose. Like this foundation is so thick that like literally going down the nose, like the fact that I have concealer like left to go down the nose with, like that should tell you something. And then a little bit on the forehead. So next for powder, he goes in with the Anastasia Beverly Hills powder in the shade Vanilla. I have the powder, but it's in the shade Translucent, and so I don't really want to use that because I want it to like be the tone that he used on his model. So I'm going to go in with the Makeup Revolution loose powder in the shade Peach, because even though it's called Peach, it does have like a very pretty like peachy vanilla type of undertone, and it says that he puts it in his hand. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to put it in the tin. So for this step, he used a powder puff, and so I'm going to go in with my Beauty Blender powder puff. I'm going to first go ahead and blend out my under eye just so that I can make sure that there's no creasing. But he said that he sets the under eyes first, and then he sets the rest of the face very lightly. Set my under eyes really quick. I hope that color works. Ooh, that's pretty. Putting quite a bit of powder underneath here. He goes in with a little bit more powder and he sets the rest of the face. So that is what I'm going to do. I'm hoping that this color is not going to really mess anything up. But he does set the contour because when he goes in with bronzer later, the bronzer that he goes in with is a very pigmented bronzer. And so if you don't set your liquid bronzer or cream contour, it's going to stick and it's not going to blend very well at all. So that is why he does this. So he just goes all over the face really and takes a little bit of that powder and sets the whole face, but not like a whole lot. Perfect, yes. He does also take some of that powder and he goes on top of the lid to set the creases on the lid, because we are going to go in with eyeshadow. So for bronzer, he goes in with the Hoola bronzer in the shade Caramel, and I have the Hoola bronzer palette, or I have the Cheek Leaders palette, and it has the Hoola Caramel in it. So this bronzer is very, very pigmented, so you want to start off using a little bit, but he just goes in with this bronzer to set the contour, so that's what I'm going to do. Hopefully this is not going to be too dark on my skin. This is such a beautiful color. I have to be so careful with this bronzer though, because I can put way too much on sometimes. I can be really heavy-handed. And this is just such a, I have the Hoola Caramel. I have the original Hoola, and I really like that one. But this one just is such a beautiful color, and I'm so happy that they actually did come out with, like, you know, new ones and stuff, because it's just so nice. So after that, he actually goes in and bakes the, like, underneath the contour, because he wants to lift that area. So I'm going to take that same powder puff with that same powder that I used earlier, and I'm going to go ahead and bake under here. He connects it at the lids. My face is super powdery right now, so I am going to actually cheat a little bit and use my MAC Fix Plus, because the model skin still looks luminescent and like luminous and stuff, and I don't know why mine does not. Mine looks dry, and my skin is actually dry right now, so I'm going to go ahead and apply this really quick. Oh, like that is the life that I feel like I needed back in my skin. I am so nervous for this next part. We are moving on to eyes now. He didn't do the eyebrows first, which is kind of interesting to me, but that's okay. I'm gonna go ahead and do what he did, and we're gonna go in with the products that are as close to what he used as possible. So I don't have the emerald green eyeliner that he used, but what I do have is the quick liner for eyes from Clinique in the shade Moss. So it's not emerald green. I'm gonna have to like try to concoct some colors and make it an emerald green, but this is what I'm gonna go in with right now. It looks like he went in just like straight onto the lid, and he used this green liner. So like I said, mine is not emerald green. It's like a mossy color, but when I put the actual like shadow on there, we're gonna try to make it as green as possible. So he just takes it on the lid, and he takes it all the way up to the crease. Oh my gosh. Okay, like is that enough? I don't even know if that's enough. So then he takes a brush, or does he take a brush? I don't even know. Ooh, let me see. He goes in with a fluffy brush and blends out the edges. So this is the Morphe M518 brush, and he just blends out the edges of this so that they're not super harsh. And because that way when I put on the actual shadow, nothing looks too like rounded or structured or anything. So now that I blended that out, I'm gonna go in, and he takes it on the bottom too. Hi, I'm ready for my close-up. Why does it look like I'm getting ready to be in the Pirates of the Caribbean movie or something, or like the Forest Queen or something? Like, look at my hands. They're like trembling. He goes ahead and blends that out a little bit. Now it's time to actually make this look more like emerald green. I'm kind of nervous for this because I don't have the palette that he has, but I do have a couple of palettes where I saw a couple shades where I can mix and match, so that's what we're gonna do. I have a couple palettes here. I have the Jaclyn Hill palette, and so I have like these really pretty, like I just don't see an emerald green, but I have this one here. So let's see. This one looks like this. It's like a, then we have these shades here. We have this one and then this one. So this one looks like that. So it has more green than like a teal. This other one has, it's freaking teal. It's like a blue. Can I mix this with something? Girl, no you can't. That is such a mint color. Oh my gosh. So I think to start off, I'm gonna go in with the shade Wanderlust from the Born to Run palette, because I think that that has like the best green that I see right now. I don't want any fallout at all. Don't play with me here. Okay, here we go. I mean, it's actually not bad. I'm gonna go into the Mint palette, and I'm gonna use the Play It Cool shade, which is like a silvery type of color. Maybe take a little bit of that mint. Maybe a little bit of the mint. Ugh. Okay, it's not gonna be like exactly like what he did, but it made it a little bit lighter so that it wasn't so foresty. So I'm just gonna go in with that Wanderlust shade and set that on the bottom. I really wish that I actually had the right emerald color that he has, but that's all right, because I feel like I made it as close as I possibly could. I'm going to blend out the edges because, again, we don't want this to look super harsh or anything, so we're blending out those edges. So next he goes in with eyeliner, and I don't really wear a lot of eyeliner, so I only have this baby one from Julep. It's in the shade black, but any black liner will do. And he goes on the waterline and he makes it like kind of almost touch the inner corner to sort of like shape the eyes differently, like elongate them. So that's what I'm gonna do. So the black in the Born to Run has a tiny little bit of shimmer, I think. So I'm actually just going to use the black in the Jaclyn Hill palette, which is just a matte black down here. So I'm going to take this, and you want to use just the tiniest bit to smudge out that liner. Just smudging out the liner, kind of keeping it away from that green because I still want the green on the bottom. For the final step for the eyes, before we put on lashes, he goes in with a liquid liner. So I'm going to use my Stila waterproof liquid liner to line the top. I'm going to go ahead and do the other eye really quick, and then I'll be right back. Alright guys, so I went ahead and popped on some lashes, and I'm actually using the same exact lashes that he used in his video, which are the Lily lashes in the style Miami. So they're beautiful. They literally gave this like an elevated look. For eyebrows, he goes in with the brow definer from Anastasia, but I have the Goof Proof brow pencil from Benefit, which is essentially the same style. It literally looks the exact same. I have mine in the shade number 5, and he does just slightly fill them in. Like, they're not super structured or anything. He just fills them in kind of lightly just so that it can finish off the look. Yeah, he just kept it like really nice, and she had like pretty nice eyebrows, so mine are not gonna look like that. So for highlighter in the video, he used the Champagne Pop by Becca, and I actually have the Champagne Pop Duo with the blush. He went ahead and took this highlight, and he went on the top of the cheek here, just to add glow back into the face. On the forehead a little bit, tip of the nose, Cupid's bow. For blush, I'm going to go in with that same blush in the palette. This is the, what's it called? I don't know. Oh, Flowerchild is the name of the blush, in case you were wondering. And I don't know if it's available anymore from Becca, because they don't have a lot of blushes anymore. So I'm going to go in with this blush, and he just kind of focused it on the cheeks. And he went up like a little bit here, just like so everything can like blend. I got ahead of myself a little bit, and I forgot to put mascara on before the highlighter, so let me do that really quick. For lips, he went in with the Morphe Sweet Tea lip liner, but I do not have that lip liner, unfortunately, so I'm going to go in with MAC Stripdown, which is like a brown nude, which is what he used on her. Okay, so for lipstick, he went in with Peach Duck lipstick from MAC, and I do not have that one either. So I'm just going to go in with the shade Staycation from Huda Beauty, which is like a nude. It's like a peachy brown nude color, so I'm going to just dot a little bit in the center of my lips. That one might be a little bit too nude, I think. So I'm going to go in with a little bit of, what is this? I don't even know what this is called. Bahama Beige from Milani. Going with a little bit of this. Yeah, I think that's a little bit better. Yeah. My lips are dry. For gloss, I'm going to use the Bare Minerals gloss in the shade Fly, which is like a really pretty nude brown. guys, so this is the final look. I'm super like happy with the way that it looks. Normally when I do a lot of eye makeup like this, I don't feel like myself. I feel like it's too much and it's overpowering, but I feel like with the lipstick and the base makeup, everything is super balanced and nothing looks too much. I don't think I've ever put on green eyeshadow in my life. But I think it looks so pretty. I think it's elegant. At first I didn't know how I felt about it, and you guys kind of saw when I was doing the eyeshadow, I was like, it looked a little scary. It did, but this video was the definition of trust the process, and I'm so happy that I did that. I really hope that you guys enjoyed today's video, and if you did, you know what to do. Give me a like and subscribe to my channel, and until next time, bye guys.